panic attacks, y'all. Panic attacks. I talk a lot about this topic with clients. A lot of people are afraid of losing control, either fainting or passing out or just being overcome by physical sensations, by panic, by anxiety. This idea that these sensations just come out of the blue. Sometimes people start to associate like with driving. I'm going to have a panic attack while I'm driving, and I'm afraid that when I have a panic attack while I'm driving or going over a bridge or whatever it might be, that they're going to lose control, and then something bad's going to happen. And so I talk a lot with people about having panic attacks, and what pairs well with talking about panic attacks is cognitive behavioral therapy, right? Cognitive behavioral therapy, the idea that our thoughts, our feelings, and our behaviors are all connected together. So this idea with panic is that someone starts having a physical sensation. Let's say their heart starts racing. And when my heart starts racing, then I have a thought. Oh my gosh, my heart's starting to race. Oh my gosh, my heart's starting to race. I hope I don't start losing control. I hope I don't have a panic attack. And because then someone's mind then starts thinking that, then it becomes psychosomatic, where my heart is racing, I start thinking it. Okay, now I've got to get out of this situation. But what if I can't get out of this situation? I'm driving and there's not an exit. Oh my gosh, like now it's building. This anxiety's building. This fear is building, both in my body and my brain. Oh my gosh. Oh no, I'm going to be overcome. I'm going to be overcome with anxiety and this fear, and it's not going to stop. And I'm going to pass out. I'm going to lose control of myself because of this overall anxiety, right? So I talk a lot with people about this idea, this psychosomatic, the brain and the body being connected together. And what we have to do, y'all, is we have to start working on their thoughts. We have to start working on the thoughts and to say, you know what? I don't know if I'm going to have a panic attack, but when I have a panic attack, I'll be able to handle it. Okay? I'll be able to handle those sensations. And what we do is we start to change the thinking around the physical sensations, where the physical sensations are not as bad. I'm not afraid of those physical sensations. I'm not afraid of the sweating. Come on, bring the sweat on. Come on, heart race. Okay, come on. I've even talked to people like, come on, if you're gonna make me pass out, let's go. Let's have a passing out party, y'all. Let's have a passing out party. This is not the typical thinking of someone that struggles with panic. Someone that struggles with panic tries to avoid all situations or all possibilities that they could have those anxious feelings, that could have that anxiety. But here's the idea, is once we start to change our thinking, and once we start to change our thinking around this, then those feelings kind of lose their edge. They kind of lose their ability to impact us, because we're like, you know what? I'm not afraid of it. When it happens, it happens. Let's go. Let's do this. And so when it doesn't have the same impact, those feelings then just they don't control us as much. They're probably still there, but it's like, oh well, I guess I'm just gonna have a panic attack. I'm gonna get really anxious, and I'll just have to deal with it. And so when we start wrapping our mind around it, when we start changing our thoughts around it, then our feelings adjust to it. So we can change our thoughts around it. Sometimes with anxiety, with panic attacks, what we'll do is, under these controlled scenarios, I will help induce physical symptoms. So we might twirl around, or we might breathe through a straw, or we might run in place. Okay, we're inducing these physical symptoms, and the reason why I want to do that with people is because I want them to not only feel the anxiety, but then when they feel it, and they experience it, I want them to have different thoughts around it, okay? So the thought is, that, whoa, I'm not avoiding the anxiety. I'm not avoiding the anxiety. I'm actually going into the anxiety. I'm going into the anxiety, and because I'm going into the anxiety, I know I can handle it. I can handle it. I want to feel that way. I want to feel anxious because I want to be able to change my relationship with the anxiety. I want to change my relationship with the panic. All right, y'all? I want to change my relationship with the panic and the anxiety. I'm not afraid of it. I can handle it. Bring it on. Let's go. All right, y'all? Love to hear your thoughts and comments. Any of you that are afraid of anxiety or you struggle with panic attacks, let me know how you might overcome it. All right? All right. See ya. On track, now we on way up. Don't be used as easy as a layup.